They say that education is the best social leveler. They also say that it is the very answer to poverty, corruption, hate, and ignorance. And also, it is said that education is the only treasure that we can bring to until we die. But what if there were hindrances to it? Quiapo, Manila, the place known as the home of the famous and miraculous image of Jesus carrying the cross, or as we called it, the Black Nazarene. Every day, especially on Fridays, millions of devotees from all walks of life clamor the streets of Quiapo to pray and to honor the image, because people believe that the image is miraculous and it will grant them whatever they ask for him. Also, Quiapo is known for its streets. You may see in the streets there were a lot of children, legal and illegal, and also underground vendors, psychics, beggars, mystics, and thieves, and others that people ironically say that it is one of the most dangerous places around Manila. But for others, Quiapo is a place of survival. Despite of all these notions and impressions on the place, there were some who still dreamed that their lives will change because of the holy image. This is Jim Boy, a religious article vendor who assists his grandmother to sell these articles to the pilgrims every day. He works in the morning while he studies in the afternoon. He's now in grade 1, but he's enrolled at the age of 10. But despite of all these, he's a bright student and has a dream to become a doctor someday.
Ganado ba?
Jimmy Boy. Anong trabaho mo? Ginagawa mo?
Doon na magkanta, nakikita po ng tatay.
Ilang taon na ginagawa yan? So, last sa taon ka na nagtrabaho. Kailan ka ba ngayon?
Opo.
Saan ka nag-aaral?
Magagay naman.
So, paano mo ngayon napapagtrabaho? Ano kayo pagtrabaho?
Ano po, pag dapat ulit ko, nagtrabaho ko ako lang.
So, anong anong ginagawa mo sa mga Pilipino? Bakit sila ka po magtrabaho? Kaya sila nagtrabaho?
Lumita ko po wala. Nag-stop ko. Wala na po nagagawa. Ayun nga yung matanda, Jay.
Paano kapag nag-Pilipino? Anong ginagawa mo?
Tumatabi na lang po.
So, masaya ka naman ba sa ginagawa mo? Paano mo nililipag sarili mo kapag napapagod ka na? Siyempre, nagpatrabaho. Ano ginagawa mo dito? Pag wala ka ng oras, wala kang benta.
May benta pa rin po.
Pag natapos ka ng trabaho mo, ano yung ginagawa mo?
Pag-uwi ko rin lang mga ano ko kapag
Pinagkakabay yung pag-aaral mo? Kaya ka pa ngayon na nangyayari. Ano mangarap mo? Maging doktor. Magkakaroon ng mga kausap mo.
Like Jim Boy, there were other children who also have their dreams to become future doctors, teachers, or maybe the future presidents of the country. But at some point, there were some hindrances to their dreams. The literacy rate in the Philippines has regressed a lot over the last 10 years. This is attributed to the dwindling quality, relevance, and accessibility of education, the very basic rights of the Filipino youth as etched vividly in the Constitution. Despite the good things that the Department of Education has reported, such as the increased number of classrooms and students, The fact remains that the crowding 1/70 classroom ratio, the decreasing attitude of students, and the decadence of the values of the young, among hundreds others, hamper the progress of the state of education of the country. Aside from these figures, there is also a need to look closely and resolve the following important issues regarding education. First is the quality. There was a decline in the quality of the Philippine education, especially at the elementary and secondary levels. For example, the results of standard tests conducted among elementary and high school students, as well as in the National Career Assessment Examinations and board exams for college students, were way below the target mean score. Second is the affordability. There is also a big disparity in educational achievements across social groups. For example, the socio-economically disadvantaged students have higher dropout rates, especially in the elementary level, and most of the freshman students at the tertiary level come from relatively well-off families. Third is the budget. The Philippine Constitution has mandated the government to allocate the highest proportion of its budget to education. However, the Philippines still has one of the lowest budget allocations among the ASEAN countries. This not to mention the corruption component in the same institution that must abhor such acts. The fourth one is the mismatch. There is a large proportion of mismatch between training and actual jobs. This is a major problem at the tertiary level, and it is also the cause of the existence of a large group of educated unemployed or underemployed men. Here, also to consider is the degenerating educational mindset of working abroad or of working for employment no matter what it takes, with no regard to other more valuable intentions like social work, inventiveness, and entrepreneurship leading to public service and better self-actualization. If we do not find any solutions to these issues, and if we still dwell in them, what will happen to the future dreams of our children in our country? What will happen to the future doctors, teachers, or even yet, the future president of the country if we still have these issues going on in our society?
Benny's favorite things.